Pardon the first few minutes of this still picture. Hello, folks. Welcome to a very special edition of Angelina The Adventurer. I want you to know I waited until just before Halloween to upload this. And you tell me, did a ghost or spirit visit the bus that was en route to Del Coronado just when the gentleman, Tony, who was a passenger on the San Diego bus bound for Del Coronado, and myself brought up the subject of haunted rooms at the Del Coronado Hotel, which is well over 100 years old and a very interesting place with many interesting stories, and now perhaps one more. This is the episode. Come on in and welcome to it. Finally, I had to do some fancy footwork to get the iPad to cooperate with this angle because it's evening time and I am in post-production. During the part of the vlog where I am on the bus, the 901 from San Diego downtown to Coronado Island, a gentleman named Tony. Tony is so intelligent. I'm sure he was a civil engineer or something like that in his day. But I'm sure he's probably retired now, I'm guessing. So Tony was telling me a lot of interesting facts about Coronado Island and Del Coronado. One of the things he told me is that the Del Coronado was one of the very first buildings to have electricity in San Diego. And the other thing he told me was that Del Coronado currently has 2 rooms that are haunted. And I don't know if any of you believe in this is interesting to me. It's become interesting to me lately. A lot of people don't believe in it because they lump it up with things that are not positive or godly or things like this. But here's the thing. There are all kinds of spiritual activity. We are all humans. I call death transcending, because our soul is not dying, our soul is merely transcending from earth to heaven. And what we used to call death is really just a doorway. I don't know if you listen to Tyler Henry. He is the Hollywood medium. That's the name of his show, The Hollywood Medium. You can find him, I'm not sure what channel you can find him on, but I watch him also on Instagram, and he does live Instagrams every once in a while. He's very knowledgeable about the spiritual world. He doesn't delve into, like, someone asked him, well, do you use a Ouija board? He said, I believe his answer was, well, why would I do that? That's like just not, that's like talking to anybody. I mean, you could be talking to people who are not the kind of people you want to talk to. Let's just put it like that. So he's very fascinating, and so a lot of times if you're a spirit on this earth, it doesn't necessarily mean that you did something bad or wrong in God's good grace and in his eyes. It means that you might feel that you need to be avenged. You might be waiting for a spouse or a child. You might simply love a place so much that you prefer it. You just want to hang around a little longer until maybe everyone that you know is with you in heaven. Things like that. So the reason I'm bringing all of this up is because while I was in post-production, I came across it was the part of the video which looks like film in video shop, and it's the part, so I'm going to call it film, the film image. It was the part of the film image, the video film image, where Tony says to me, "Did you know that they have haunted rooms?" And I believe I say, "Oh, is that so?" And I said, I believe somehow I asked how many. I think I asked him, "Do you know anything else about that?" And he said, "Yes, there are two." And if you look at right then, the bus dips. There's a bump in the road, and my camera dips like this. And the way that that plays out on my editing screen in post-production, it looks like the shirt and jacket shoulder of someone who, this clothing is clearly the style. It's fine clothing, first of all. It is immaculate. It looks immaculate. It is a gray jacket and a very fine shirt, and there is possibly something at the neck. I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm going to point out what it is that we're looking at, probably with arrows, and this is, other than the arrows that I'm going to apply to the area to where the shoulder is, that's clearly a human shoulder. There is no tampering with this image. What was that?
Do you know about the haunted room?
What do you know about them?
3rd Street. There's more than one haunted room.
Is that right?
But that's all I know.
I'll have to ask at the desk. I'll have to check that out and see.
And then when you get to, you can always search the internet for that information as well.
True. But I want to tell you one other thing before I go, which is that because this was such an unusual and special encounter, is that for people who have moms, dads, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends that have passed on, that have transcended, I know that when you are thinking of them, when you see a flower, when you watch a movie or a play, when you the light shines through the window, be it in church or in your home, a certain way, when you a butterfly flies past you, or you see a hummingbird in the garden. These are all things that you think, that one might think to themselves, a certain painting, you're reading a book, you smell something like something baking, or you eat strawberry cake, and you think to yourself, wow, this is something that my mom, my dad, this is something that my friend would really enjoy. At that moment, look for a sign, because when we have gone on, when we have transcended, I believe that when we are very sensitive to the consciousness of those that are still on earth, and we can hear when they're thinking. We know when they're thinking of us very instinctively, very intuitively. Remember, we don't have to. When you're in heaven, you don't have to get in a car to go somewhere. You just think of it, and you're there. And so that we don't have a physical body that we have to maneuver through a physical world. So when you think of someone, they're there. They are there. Believe me, they are there. And I think that Tony and I were on this bus. We were nearing Del Coronado, and this spirit somehow knew that there were people thinking about spirits at Del Coronado. And I think that he wanted fervently to show us that we were correct about that. So I'm glad I was able to share this with you, all of this. And I hope that you have a spectacular day or evening whenever you're watching this. I really look forward to our future vlogs together. And take care. Be good to each other. Bye for now. The following photographs are of uniforms worn only at the Del Coronado, and these are historic photographs. Folks, we've been talking to Tony. He's very knowledgeable about San Diego and Del Coronado. Did you want to say hi, Tony?
Hi, Tony.
You think it's one of the first in the West Coast? And you say they don't do that anymore, but they did that at one time?
Yes. Maybe 1888 it was built, but I don't know when they started generating their own electricity.
I see.
Well, good luck with your production.
Thank you, Tony.
You have a safe day. Be safe.
You
You
too.
have a safe day. Talk to you next week.
If you would like to help support this program succeed and grow, you can help out by becoming a Patreon member at www.patreon.com/Angelina The Adventurer.com. And thank you. It means a lot to me. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you liked this episode. And if you'd like to be a subscriber and go on more adventures with me, then hit the button that looks like this. And if you'd like notifications about where I'm going on a daily basis, go ahead and hit that bell too. It's that easy. Truly, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now, and come back real soon.